WESH 2 News starts now with breaking news.
All right, here we are at the top of the hour. Welcome to officially WESH 2 News at 4.
Okay, we do want to get you back to that celebration over there at the airport as that Lake Mary team makes their way home. We have a lot to get to there, but unfortunately we do have some breaking news to bring you as well. Unfortunately we have to bring you this. Palm Bay High School, an incident today, breaking news there where police say one student stabbed another.
Yeah, let's get to WESH 2's Greg Fox, who's live at the school with what we know about this story. Greg, do we know the condition of the boy who was stabbed at this point?
We do not know the condition of the boy. We do know that he was taken to a hospital, and we are in communication here on campus with school officials and also with police who are investigating this very scary episode at the school. Certainly parents were just as upset as students and staff here on campus when they learned of the incident. They were notified by email and text message that the school was put on lockdown after Melbourne police say two boys got into a fight. One stabbed the other multiple times with a pair of scissors. The one who was stabbed has been rushed to a hospital. The other is in custody. We talked with a mother and her daughter, the girl recalling how she texted her mom when she heard what happened.
I didn't believe it was real at first. After I heard the boys screaming down the hallway, I knew it was real. I'll never forget it.
There's some children that they had to see that. And so the mental state of children and having to go through that is just, I can't even, I'm about to cry.
After police secured the campus and the boy who was injured was placed in a transport, campus security was changed to shelter in place. But as you can imagine, many families went immediately to the school to try and pick up students. Once again, just to recap, here at Palm Bay High School in South Brevard County, one male student stabbed. He is in the hospital. Another male student in custody. They're all still trying to sort this out. We'll stay on top of it and bring you the latest as we get it. Live in Brevard County, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
All right, Greg, thank you. And remember to get updates on breaking news sent to your phone, download the WESH 2 News app. All right, also breaking at 4, the champs are home. Good afternoon, I'm Jesse Pagano.
Yeah, we're officially starting this now, and I'm Nancy Alvarez. The world champion Lake Mary Little Leaguers just landed. You just saw it live on our air. And of course, we were all there to bring them a big welcome home. WESH 2 has a lineup of reporters covering the big story from the airport to Lake Mary. Bob Hazen, Spencer Tracy, Gail Pascal Brown, and Dave McDaniel will join us throughout the whole afternoon. We begin, though, with Tony Adkins. Just a little while ago, he was working his way to baggage claim at Orlando International. The kids just got off the plane. I'm eager to see, Tony, did you make it to baggage claim with a camera?
I got to go through some security, but we will get there at some point. I am where they got off just a few minutes ago. They landed just before 3:30. They had the water cannon salute, and that's usually when a plane goes on its last flight. It's also a hero's welcome. Just an exciting time, and you guys saw it just before the show here. It was a frenzy. It was almost as crazy as the run itself as the team. They got off, the coach, the players, they were still fired up after a big win yesterday. I just want to bring it back out live just to kind of show you things have calmed down here. There were some folks here. They were heading to Chicago. They were perplexed when I walked up. They didn't know what was going on. Eventually, the staff here, they had to make an announcement letting people know what was going on. And if you didn't hear the announcement, there was this sign here welcoming Lake Mary, the Little League World Series champion. So really just an exciting time. It was like rock stars coming through here with the baseball balloons and the colored balloons and police and just the, you saw the press and the frenzy. It was really just an exciting time here. Right now things are pretty much back to normal up here, but I can bet down in baggage claim it is another fun time. Another thing I do want to mention, I did have the chance to speak to some people that were on the plane. They said it was an interesting flight. It was a lot of fun, as you can imagine. imagine they got off, they didn't know what was going on. They were just kind of caught like a deer in headlights. But again, we're going to catch up to this team and get more reaction from people here at the airport as the team makes its way from MCO all the way back to Lake Mary. I'm live at Orlando International Airport. Tony Atkins, WESH 2 News.
I think they were lucky to end up on that flight, right? That's a story to tell forever. All right, our team coverage continues now with Dave McDaniel, who's also out at the airport.
Dave, you talked with the players before they boarded their flight home.
Well, and those Conquering Heroes just passed the TSA checkpoint on their way down to baggage claim, as Tony was mentioning, and they are soaking it in. There were people here saying, who's coming? Who's coming? Oh, just the Little League world champions from Lake Mary. They go, Lake Mary? And I go, they're Orlando proud and Lake Mary proud. They are here. They are excited. And again, we did speak with the head coach and a couple of the players as they were waiting in Newark to make that flight home to be welcomed. I spoke with a woman who said that she was all into softball. She's played it a good number of years, and she said she fell in love with this Lake Mary Little League team. When she realized that her travel plans were going to take her through the airport, she had to make sure she was here to see them return. You know what they say when there's big, big wins? World champions. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. Reporting live at OIA, Dave McDaniel, WESH 2 News.
And the party is just getting started in Lake Mary, where final preps are happening for a big parade to celebrate. WESH 2's Spencer Tracy talked with the mayor about what's in store. And our very own Meredith McDonough will MC the big event this weekend. She's a proud Lake Mary baseball mom herself, and so we know that she can't wait to celebrate these boys and their families on Saturday. Now, of course, we can't get enough of watching the winning run, right?
Yeah, I've had it on a repeat. I think I've watched it so many times. Lathan Norton sliding into home there to win the game. Most of it watched it on live TV, but this was awesome. Our Darren Stoltzfus had a front row seat to history on live television. Watch this.
We're going to put the camera down, run downstairs, and happen. I think Lake Mary just won the world championship. You can't. All right, we're going to go get some reaction. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Lake Mary's world champs. Back to you.
Back to you. I keep saying how he's so composed. I would have started screaming. I would have been a terrible reporter out there. I'd have just been screaming my head off. So cool. This was the first championship game to go into extra innings since 2007. Yeah. I have a whole new respect for Darren being so calm. All right, winning any title is no small feat, but what these kids did is really incredible.
Yeah, so it's safe to say that for the last few days of the tournament, Lake Mary's backs were against the wall time and time again. So to pull this off, Lake Mary had to win 5 straight elimination games, including yesterday. 2 of those victories were just by a single run. Now remember, they had to pull off a big comeback just to win the U.S. title, down 4-0. Lake Mary would not give up, taking the lead, then losing it, and then coming back to beat Texas 10-7 on Saturday. And then the final comeback on Sunday, down 1-0, final at bat in the 6th. Lake Mary ties it and then wins it in the extra inning. So you really could call them the comeback kids.
Incredible. All right, well, the weather certainly gave our Lake Mary sluggers a wet welcome home. Here's a live look outside. It's been a rainy and stormy afternoon. I bet those boys won't even notice.
No, they probably won't. Yep, first warning, Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi tracking what we can expect for the next couple of hours. Tony?
I tell you what, they're going to be in really good shape. A lot of this action and energy today is moving off towards the west, so I think they're going to be in pretty good shape. Hey, listen, where it's been raining, the temperatures have dropped into the upper 70s. Where it hasn't been raining, we're still running in the mid-80s. But you can see the strongest storms right now passing over Interstate 75. Lighter showers now up towards DeLand. Look at back towards Ocala, over towards Rutland. Some big-time downpours. Lake Mary, look at that. You are dry. A couple showers off towards your east. As we zoom it in down towards the villages in Wildwood, just a couple light showers there. A few more spotty showers along the turnpike from Kissimmee to St. Cloud over towards Kenansville. Again, the majority of the rains this evening are pushing off towards the west and will be out of our hair over the next couple of hours. Maybe 1 or 2 lingering showers, but really overall, the evening planet already showing signs of improving. It's going to be a warm and humid night. Temperatures by 11 o'clock right around 80 degrees. Now, the pattern isn't really changing a whole lot this week, meaning that we start wet in the morning off towards the east. Storms move back towards the west. I'm showing you Futurecast coming up here in just a couple minutes. Guys, back to you.
All right, Tony, thank you. A new twist after a yacht sinks to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, it went down during a terrible storm, but now the captain of the ship is under investigation, what prosecutors are looking into.
And the countdown to the launch, how this new crew will make history in just a few hours. Next.
Closed captioning brought to you by National Floors Direct.
All right, now to another developing story today, a murder investigation unfolding in St. Cloud after police say this man murdered his wife with their children still inside the home. So disturbing. Today, we're getting new information on those tense moments leading to the arrest.
As WESH 2's Megan Mulatto shows us, one of the couple's children made the call for help. Now, officers confirmed they responded to the home one other time in the past, but there were no arrests or charges then.
All right, new at 4, police in Michigan have caught a man believed to be connected to a double shooting in Deltona. Malik McKenzie is now charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Volusia County deputies say he's the ex-boyfriend of one of the victims. Now, detectives say they believe McKenzie is the masked man seen in this surveillance video outside the victim's home on Houston Drive last week. The sheriff's office says it found another surveillance clip in the same neighborhood that captured the suspect's car, which had a stolen license tag. They then tracked down more surveillance video they say shows McKenzie stealing the tag itself. McKenzie remains in custody in Michigan. All right now we are counting down to a historic mission on our Space Coast. We're talking about the all-private crew of Polaris Dawn. 4 civilian astronauts will blast off in a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule tomorrow morning with the goal of doing things no crew like this has ever done before. The crew will board a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule overnight and soar higher than any human has traveled since the Apollo program ended in the 1970s. This Polaris Dawn crew will reach a maximum altitude of 870 miles into a radiation field known as the Van Allen Belt. The first day will be spent testing radiation levels and recording the effects on their bodies. Then the riskiest part of the mission begins. The 4 will travel halfway back to Earth to conduct the world's first all-commercial spacewalk with new SpaceX suits. The crew will debut new spacesuits for the first ever all-commercial spacewalk.
Right now, SpaceX is 3:38 for liftoff of that Falcon 9 rocket. You can watch the historic launch right here on WESH 2. Our coverage begins at 3:25 tomorrow morning on air and online at WESH.com.
I was losing my voice just talking about it. Imagine if I had to do it. There's no way. That's incredible what they're going to do. All right. I'm good. now. I had some water.
You're good. All right.
I'll take over for the next 2.5. Get your breath back there. But yeah, a lot of firsts there. So I'm really excited about this.
Incredible, this mission.
So live look outside there. You can see what's going on. We've had some rain there. But the bigger concern now over the next couple of days is going to be with this deep easterly flow, the concern for rip currents for a lot of folks that have the work week off here. You can see there are some folks out there along the coast. The sun is out and the temperatures have responded into the middle and the upper 80s, whereas back through the interior where the showers and storms are moving on through, we're quite a bit cooler. In fact, the heaviest storms right now are right over Interstate 75, blowing on through southwestern Marion County, on into western Sumter County and Polk County, whereas back behind it, yeah, there's a little bit of rain, but nothing like the punch that we had earlier that is now off towards our west. Couple light showers up towards Salt Springs. Denellen, get ready, trying to pulse up a little bit as these head your way, and then as we work our way towards the villages, things are a little bit wet. But the worst of the energy now is well off towards the west of you, over towards Rutland. Bushnell, Webster, we got some showers and some storms there. There's Rutland, there's Lake Panasoffkee. The weather's going to be improving here. Webster, the storms are just off towards your west. Bushnell now off towards your west. And then the turnpike south from Kissimmee down towards Keynasville. We have a little pocket of some light to moderate rain showers here, not seeing any thunderstorms. So the bottom line is with this deep easterly flow, there are going to be pockets of a ½ inch to upwards over 2 inches of rain, and that's pretty much the pattern that is now well established. And you can see what the rain has done. We're running anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees cooler than this time yesterday afternoon off in our western communities. Now, let's shift gears here real quickly. We're closing in on the peak of the hurricane season. Today, of course, we're in late August. September the 10th is the peak. Now, there are a couple of waves out there. We may have to watch this one coming off the west coast of Africa. The European computer model does want to develop it, and I'm going to show you what it's doing coming up in the next half hour. Bottom line, the next couple days, rainfall chances at about 50 to 60%. Temperature steady, right around 92.
First Morning Weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by Cool Today.
Hi, I'm Nancy Alvarez, and this is my rescue dog, Minka, and her brother, Charlie Taco. I'm hanging on to him like a horse. Charlie, stay. Sit. He barely fits. Adopting Minka changed our family in so many positive ways, and that's why we're partnering with local rescue groups to clear our shelters. Learn more about all the pets available for adoption in Central Florida on WESH 2 or by going to WESH.com.
All right, we continue to follow breaking news at the airport where the Lake Mary Little League superstars have just returned.
They're actually getting ready to head back home to Lake Mary, but before they get on the bus, they're speaking with our Tony Atkins, who is there live with the champs. Tony.
Yeah, it is really exciting. They're actually about to get on. You see some of their gear just loading up right here. DJ, I'm here with you and a couple of your teammates. First of all, you guys are getting ready to go. How are we feeling right now?
Feeling great. Glad to be home.
Yeah. Tell us about the flight. Was it just some announcements on the flight? Did they do anything interesting?
There was a couple announcements like Lake Mary Little League Baseball World Series champs on the flight.
Now, I know you guys have grown as a group. I know you're on different teams in the league, but as a team, through this experience, how have you guys grown together?
Let's go. It's crazy. I don't know.
We're taking a picture. They're about to take a group picture. It's just a busy time out here. We'll just get a look at them as they kind of take their picture on the bus. Again, all of the gear has been loaded. It took some time to get all of their equipment to the bus, and now they are off to Lake Mary. But yeah, you're getting a live look at the team one more time before they leave the airport here. But again, just a really exciting time for this team. We're going to stay on top of this as they make their way through Central Florida back home. I'm reporting live in Orlando at Orlando International Airport. Tony Atkins, WESH 2 News.
All right, Tony, exciting stuff, and we're going to be staying on this big story all afternoon, the return of the world champs.
Yeah, we got that parade this weekend, a lot of stuff coming up. We'll be right back on WESH 2 News at 4.
WESH 2 News continues.
The big story at 4:30, the return of the champs.
Have you heard? Lake Mary Little League just landed at Orlando International Airport, and fans across Central Florida are waiting to give them a huge welcome home. This has been quite the party at the airport this afternoon. If you're just joining us, WESH 2's Tony Atkins live at OIA. So, Tony, last we saw you, they were about to board on the bus, and one of them said they're glad they're home.
They are so glad they are going home. You can see they were a little tired, but they are excited. I think the coaches, they were some of the most pumped up about this, but it really was an exciting time, and they did make that clear, but I am sure they are tired. The bus just left a few seconds ago here, just pulled out. They loaded up all their gear here back out live at the airport. We saw some staff, some of the security team. Second the bus pulled off, they put their hands up, cheering on the team one more time, and also showing some relief after a very, very busy day here at the airport. But we're going to be live with people who witnessed all of this, who took it in, some people who were confused by it initially. But yeah, we will be live at the airport. But again, Lake Mary, they landed in Orlando. They're off to Lake Mary. So it is just truly an amazing travel day for an amazing team. I'm reporting live in Orlando. Tony Atkins, WESH 2 News.
And maybe more incredible than the win itself is the compassion Lake Mary showed to the losing team. We've been talking about this all day. The kids from Chinese Taipei were devastated. And of course, how can you blame them? It's just natural. Think about their ages. I mean, even adults would be devastated by all this. Incredibly, Lake Mary put their celebration on hold to walk up to their opponents, give them a hug, and put a hand on their shoulders. As a parent, it was an awesome thing to see. This is sportsmanship on display, and it speaks volumes about these kids, their coaches, and their families. And I know a lot of parents were talking about this over the weekend. These kids have been out of school for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
How does that work?
But there's nothing to worry about. We checked. Their schools, including Markham Woods Middle School, are very proud. WESH 2's Bob Hazen talked with their principal about what this achievement means to the school. And our very own Meredith McDonough will MC the big event this weekend. She herself is a proud Lake Mary baseball mom, and of course we know she can't wait to celebrate the boys and their families come Saturday. Now, a win like this isn't just a big local story.
No way. Lake Mary has grabbed the attention of the world, including some of the world's biggest celebrities. I'm just going to go ahead and say a lot of the moms appreciated this. Matthew McConaughey, yes, Matthew McConaughey, that one, showed some love on X last night, writing, quote, "Florida beats Chinese Taipei in walk-off bunt. Great win, Florida. Great win, USA." Am I going to have to do this? All right. Okay, you didn't say that, but now I'm saying it. All right, and how about this? NBA legend and Daytona Beach native Vince Carter gave Lake Mary a shout-out as well, writing, quote, "Let's go. Earned, not given. Job well done, young men. World champs, Team Florida." I love it. Love all the support.
Yes.
And it is actually a big night for another Lake Mary superstar. The timing of all this is crazy. Dylan Cruz makes his debut tonight for the Washington Nationals. After Cruz got the call up to the majors, he called his mom. Take a listen.
What's up, Mom?
Hey, honey.
What you up to?
Oh, I'm at Wayne Dixie. I'm going to get some stuff for me, some dinner.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah. What do you do?
Nothing much. Just hanging out here at school right now. But you got any plans coming up this next few days?
Absolutely not.
Well, good, because you're going to come watch me play at Nationals Park against the Yankees on Monday.
Oh my God, honey. I'm so excited for you.
And WESH 2's Darren Stoltzfus is in Washington, D.C. for Cruz debut, and he will have a live report from Nationals Park. That's coming out at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's a big moment for Dylan, and who wouldn't want to call their mom, right? I mean, his major league debut with the Washington Nationals, again, against the New York Yankees. Darren will join us live for a preview coming up at 5 as well.
All right, now to Commitment 2024 with conventions behind them. Vice President Harris and former President Trump hit the campaign trail this week to court voters in key states. And with a debate just weeks away, Trump is giving signs he may not attend, while the Harris camp is asking for some changes. NBC's Drew Petromo has the very latest details from Washington.
Mosquitoes are turning into more than a nuisance for several states.
Yeah, the lengths one community is actually going to protect families from disease. Plus, a parking dispute in Volusia County, drivers asked to pay and businesses fear it's going to cost them customers.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Cool Today.
A minor scare this morning in Clearwater. This aerial video here shows a plane off the runway at the Clearwater Air Park. Authorities say the pilot was trying to take off when it went off the landing strip and into the grass. The pilot and his passenger, a dog, were not hurt. It's not known what caused him to go off the runway. Venetian Bay, a massive community in New Smyrna Beach, will soon begin charging customers who go to shops and restaurants at their town center.
WESH 2's Pamela Combe talked with business owners who worry charging a fee to get in will drive even more people away. Business owners tell us paid parking is supposed to start in early September, but it'll likely get pushed back to October while they work to get all the signage and tech installed to make it all work. Now, we've reached out to the developer for comment. We'll let you know when we hear back.
There are some concerns this afternoon about dangerous viruses spreading through mosquitoes. One is Eastern equine encephalitis, or triple E. It can cause neurological issues. The concern is so real for people in one Massachusetts community. There's now a recommended curfew from 6 p.m. to sunrise.
I think that if you're in a warm part of the country, which is everywhere right now, you should be concerned enough that you should take precautions to protect yourself.
Yeah, another mosquito-borne illness, West Nile virus, is being reported in 33 states, including Florida. The CDC shows 2 reported human cases, one in Marion County, another in Duval County. Infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci also contracted the virus. You can protect yourself by using bug spray, wearing protective clothes, and dumping out any standing water.
Bringing in Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi. Tony, we've got a big launch happening overnight, wee morning of the hours, and as we know, our weather always plays a role.
You know, it's always good to launch very early in the morning because your risk for thunderstorms is a little bit lower. But with this type of launch, it's the ascent going up that we have to watch, the upper level winds. Is there any precipitation they're going to go through? Let me take you outside one more time, then we'll kind of break down that forecast for our viewers there at home. Pretty shot there as things are getting ready, and you can see what the rain has done to the temperatures outside. 70s west, middle 80s despite the clouds there over towards the coast. So the launch trajectory for the Polaris Dawn is over the Atlantic here, and it goes up a good ways. So you're landing on basically a shortfall of the gravitas ship there, if need be, as you can see right there. And then from there, the impact is what's going on upstairs. We're talking about 29, 30, 40,000 feet up in the environment. And when we look at the winds at the surface, they're good. Upper level winds are about 30 to 35 miles an hour. So we'll have to watch that. Bottom line, here's the forecast as of right now. You can see the launch window opens up at 3:38, as we mentioned there earlier. The concerns are going to be the cumulus clouds and the precipitation as it's going on up, if there's any around. And the probability of liftoff right now looks good. The wind shear forecast today is high, but decreasing, we think, as we go through the morning. And the booster recovery is also green, and you can see what's going on. We'll have the rain in the morning, and then everything builds back inland. That's the overall well-established deep easterly flow pattern. And you'll get the afternoon heavier downpours off towards the west. You may get a couple lingering showers behind the main line that develops during the late morning and early afternoon hours. But the strongest of the energy with this type of flow is usually in our western communities. And lo and behold, there's Rutland. There's Hernando. Moderate to heavy rain now moving on through and working on out. Once this leaves, you're going to be in much better shape. As you can see back towards Bushnell, the wet weather has ended. The turnpike is improving. A few coastal showers there. So we'll be watching the forecast for the Lake Mary Little Leaguers there. 9 a.m., warm and muggy, coming in at 80. 10 o'clock as the parade is kicking in. Clouds are starting to bubble on up, and it's hot and humid. At noon, the storms will arrive shortly thereafter. To the tropics we head. 2 waves here. We'll watch this second one that just came off the west coast of Africa as it traverses the very warm eastern central Atlantic waters. There may be some sort of development here as we get you into early next week. So that's one of the things that we are going to be watching very, very carefully. The GFS does not develop that wave, and I'll show you that coming up during the 5 o'clock hour. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, rainfall chances at 50 to 60%. Temperatures holding steady now, right around 92 degrees.
Meredith McDonough on WESH 2 News.
Before a storm ever threatens Central Florida, our process begins. Gathering data, updating you with everything you need to know. And when the time comes that we need to take action, all of us work around the clock to make sure you have the best information to make an informed decision. It's what 17 years of being the most accurate means. And that's our commitment to you.
This hurricane season, trust WESH 2 First Warning Weather. Local, live, late breaking.
Bookings for Disney's newest cruise ship will open in just a matter of weeks. The Disney Destiny will sail its maiden voyage from Port Everglades on November 20th, 2025. It will be a 4-night cruise. People on the maiden voyage get to stop at both of Disney's islands in the Bahamas, Castaway Cay and Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. You could take 4- and 5-night cruises to the Bahamas and Western Caribbean during the ship's first season. Reservations for club members open September 6th, then September 12th for everyone else. Paris has shifted its focus to the Paralympics. Soon, the city will welcome about 4,400 athletes competing in 23 different events.
Yeah, most Olympic venues will also be used for the Paralympics. The Palace of Versailles will host para-equestrian events. The Grand Palais will welcome wheelchair fencing, and the venue right under the Eiffel Tower that hosted the beach volleyball that we Well, that's going to host blind soccer. The Paralympics is set to take place from August 28th to September 8th. And the opening ceremony is Wednesday. Right now, the Flame is traveling to France under the English Channel for a 4-day relay. It will end its journey in Paris with the lighting of a unique Olympic cauldron attached to a hot air balloon. That balloon will fly over the French capital every evening during 11 days of competition. All right, WESH 2 at 5 is straight ahead.
Yeah, Michelle Parado joining us now with what's coming up in the next hour. Michelle?
Guys, the champs are back home. We were there as Lake Mary Little League All-Stars landed at OIA. Hear what the players told us after their whirlwind of a weekend. Plus, another proud moment for Lake Mary. A former Little League player is about to make his major league debut tonight. We are live for Dylan Cruz's big night. And just days into the new school year, a major mistake. What two brothers were forced to do when their bus driver missed their stop and refused to take them back to school.
First warning weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by American Air and Heat.